the same land their grandparents worked. Seasons shift unpredictably, rainfall patterns swing between extremes, and the reliable cues that once guided planting and harvesting now hold less certainty. Modern agriculture hasn't been defeated by these changes, but it has been forced to adapt, and the farmers who thrive in this new era aren't relying on luck. They're tapping into climate-smart strategies, practical, field-tested methods that make their farms resilient, productive and profitable even when the weather refuses to cooperate. In this guide, we're taking a grounded, no-nonsense look at climate-smart farming hacks that matter right now. These are techniques that work on small family farms, large operations and mixed farms alike. They're not theoretical. They're not trendy gimmicks. They are the same simple but powerful principles farmers around the world use to protect their soil, shield their livestock, reduce costs, and stay ahead of unpredictable seasons. If you want methods you can start applying this season without major investment or complicated equipment, stay with me for the next few minutes, because this is the kind of information that keeps a farm running for decades, not just one harvest. The first principle begins with understanding that protecting soil health is the foundation of climate-smart farming. When soil structure collapses, everything else becomes harder. Farmers who build resilient soil rely on constant cover rather than leaving topsoil exposed. A living or mulch cover moderates soil temperature, reduces evaporation, and prevents heavy rains from sealing or washing soil away. This isn't theory, it's observable at field scale. One practical way to apply this is by planting fast-growing cover crops between main seasons. Even legume residues or chopped crop stubble left on the ground function as a protective shield. You can apply this immediately by taking one section of your farm, selecting a low-maintenance cover like sun hemp or oats, and letting it grow for a single season. The improvement in moisture retention alone will show why this method is becoming a global standard. The second principle involves smart water capture, because rainfall can no longer be trusted to arrive when needed. Farmers who adjust to erratic rainfall patterns are the ones who learn to slow, spread and store water where it falls. The most accessible technique is microbasin or contour furrow placement. These shallow depressions capture runoff, giving the soil time to absorb water instead of letting it rush away. On sloped land, contour farming becomes even more important. A farmer can test this by marking a simple contour line using a water level or A-frame, then planting a row along that line. After the first heavy rain, it becomes clear how much moisture is retained. This is a real, repeatable result that works for cereals, vegetables, and perennial crops. The third principle revolves around diversifying crops and rotations. Climate stress hits monocultures hardest, but farms using a rotation system resist pests, balance soil nutrients, and spread risk. This doesn't require complicated planning. A farmer growing maize every season can introduce a rotation where maize is followed by beans, then by a root crop, with each stage interrupting pest cycles and improving soil structure. Smallholder farmers see the benefits quickly. Fewer chemical inputs, improved yields, and more stable harvests even during poor seasons. This is climate resilience in practice, not theory. Livestock management also shifts dramatically when climate-smart thinking is applied. Grazing animals can either degrade land or restore it, depending on how they're managed. Rotational grazing, you see, prevents overgrazing and encourages strong regrowth. Instead of letting cattle stay on a single plot for weeks, moving them at timed intervals allows each area to rest and rebuild. A simple way to test this is by creating 2 grazing zones and letting the animals spend only a short period in each. The rested area recovers faster, with stronger grass stands and better water absorption. This method, well, it improves both pasture health and feed reliability during drought cycles. Right, so the next principle is integrating trees into farmland. Agroforestry is actually one of the oldest climate-smart methods, and, well, it remains one of the most effective. Trees help reduce heat stress on livestock, protect crops from wind, and, over time, improve long-term soil fertility through deep-root nutrient cycling. Now, farmers can start with boundary planting or alley cropping, using species that are non-competitive but beneficial, like nitrogen-fixing trees. The benefits, honestly, begin almost immediately with reduced wind stress and improved microclimates, and as the years go by, the soil fertility advantages really do compound. Another essential climate-smart hack is, selecting resilient crop varieties. Traditional seeds, chosen by previous generations, often outperform modern hybrids during climate extremes, mainly because they were bred under low-input, variable conditions. That doesn't mean you have to abandon hybrids altogether, but it does mean testing land races and local varieties alongside them. A farmer can conduct a simple trial by planting 2 rows of local seed right next to hybrid rows, all under the same conditions. In drought years, many farmers find the local seed produces a more stable yield, even if it's not as high in perfect seasons. This kind of diversification, well, it really does protect the farm from seasonal surprises. Precision manure and compost application is equally important, I'd say. Heavy chemical input leaves soil vulnerable, but balanced organic matter improves water retention and nutrient stability. Instead of spreading compost thinly across a large area, applying it directly to planting holes or along crop rows gives concentrated benefits where plants need it most. This targeted approach reduces waste and also strengthens plants against heat stress, pests, and uneven rainfall. Taken together, these climate-smart farming hacks form a complete resilience strategy. They strengthen soil, stabilize water use, protect livestock, and reduce reliance on expensive inputs. They're simple, actionable, and honestly rooted in real agricultural practice. If this guide helped you understand the practical side of climate-smart farming, make sure you subscribe to Husbandry and share this video so more farmers can access techniques that protect their land and future.